And we are live with episode 23 of The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. I think I say Azure different every time. Which is funny. But also a very me thing to do. Alrighty then. That actually was the correct button. Anyway. Harbor District! We gotta find a lighthouse of some sort. Hello? Lighthouse? This and I have been just a little slower to escape during the raid. Feels with dread to think of what might have happened to us. Bro, I already... Fuck off. Used to be an eastern looking building over there, but now it's totally gone. No one's seen Hayway since the raid. Couldn't find anything useful in what's left of their office building either. Either they're hiding somewhere in Crossville, or they fled the state entirely. Just where did they run up to? They're not outside of the state. We saw them on East Street. Well, not East Street. The Western Highway. Eastern Highway. Sorry. About time. What took you so long? Actually, don't answer that. Let's get going already. Wait a second. Get going where exactly? Back it up, you little rascal. Mind putting us on the same page here? Alright, guess I haven't actually told you what we're doing. The thing is, I was kind of hoping you could take me to a terminal room in the Geofront. A terminal in the Geofront? You mean the one that was blown to smithereens? Nah, that was terminal number 8 in the B sector. The one I want to go to is terminal number 4 in the C sector. Man, I can't wait. The terminals at the branch suck major eggs. You can't do squat on them. Have you learned nothing, Jonah? The new fundamental orbital network laws have already gone into effect. You realize that means we can't permit you to legally commandeer a terminal, don't you? Just the opposite. In fact, we should be doing everything in our power to stop you. Wait, hold on a second here. There's nothing illegal about it. Or did you forget that I'm still an engineer at the Foundation? That makes me one of the only people who are authorized to use the Geofront's terminal. He's not wrong! Oh, jeez. Is that true to you? He has the clearance to do so, yes, but I would still classify this as a gray area. It just goes to show that orbital network law still has areas they can improve upon. Hey, it's not illegal. We can't do anything about it. That only makes the sound even sketchier than before. If we start venturing into these gray areas ourselves, where does it end? It's too slippery a slope. What is with you guys? Listen up for once, would you? What about those society weirdos? They messed around with the net a bunch before, didn't they? Used to say they aren't exploiting the system right this second. Well, true, but you have to admit that he has a point. The chief's been worried about it too, but he doesn't have the time to check. So I'm taking the time out of my busy schedule to lend some of my expertise. If anything, you guys should be thanking me, but go ahead, slander me some more. If only this little dude was as good at fending for himself as he is at running his mouth. I concur, but he does bring up a valid point of concern. We have that fool character to consider, as well as Professor Novartis. I'd speculate that they have more technological prowess than even the Foundation. Fine, will help. But just to be clear, any hacking they construed as illegal will be subject to prosecution, understood? And we're not doing this so you can live down there. You continue sleeping in your own bed, in your own room. Those are the conditions. Give me a break already, will you? Why should Jonas Sacred have to interact with the real... Lloyd Blair. Lloyd's always known how to dole out the tough love. This is as fair a bargain as you are likely to get. I suggest you take it. Fine, I get it, okay? It's a deal. Just hurry up and take me down there already. I'm gonna pull my hair out if I have to use those Orcus Tower terminals for one more nanosecond. Damn, kid fold like a house of cards. I still think we shouldn't be spoiling him like this. Get off my case already. So, are you guys ready to go to the C sector or what? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be monsters down there, just like every other sector. Good point. Sweet, now come on, down the hatch we go. Down? Down what exactly? The lighthouse, duh. The entrance to the C sector is right here. Well, you guys didn't know that? Should we have? Watch and learn. He wasn't lying. Well, that was theatrical. Clearly someone in the city planning knows how to have their fun. Yep. Who cares? Quit your yapping and get inside. Bro, the C sector, let's go! Jonah has joined the party as a guest character. If he's KO'd in battle, it will be game over. Bro, you did not just tell me that it was gonna be game over if Jonah Sacred goes down. Okay, entrance is where we're at. Yep, I know where we're at. Okay. I'm waiting for the fancy, like, here's Geofront's C sector, but we haven't gotten it yet. I read all about the raid and the Crossbow Times. Chest Bell Times. Sorry. What? I like to keep a chest of the news. I will never read that correctly. Oh, there it is. G-Front C sector. Look at this place. What is it even for? According to the database, this area was built as a heat treatment plant and waste incinerator. It utilizes the water flowing from the Lupinus River for continuous cooling. What's more, it could one day provide central heating to Crossbow via steam ventilation. Or so the original plans projected, at least. Damn, another set of Crossbow's high hopes shot down by reality. True, I can't say this facility turned out how they envisioned, and it's far from the first. With that aside, this is where Darlene Arios chased the Calvardian terrorists during the trade conference, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Before they had their arrest snatched away by Hayway. That wasn't very long ago, but it feels like a lifetime after everything that's happened since. It hasn't even been 2 months, has it? Did you guys ever shut up? This is not nostalgia hour. It's way too hot down here. This is why I hate this IRL crap. How the hell do people even live without air conditioning anymore? For radio's sake, Jonah. Perhaps the rest of us could lower the average body in the room by leaving you here by yourself. It's an option. No, you don't gotta do that. Those are all compliments. Yeah. Anyway, Control Terminal 4 should be in the deepest area up ahead. So let's hurry it up and get back to where it's nice and breezy. Tia's got you whipped. Shall we be off? Anyway, Whack. Whack 2. Whack 3, the Wackening. I forget the robots explode. Money, money, money. Oh, for fuck's sake. Because they started attacking Jonah and I can't. The man's probably a paper. The NPCs tend to be papers. Side is a mission plush that Rand accidentally gave to Zai as a chew toy. You can shut the lid before Tio can see it. Ooh. We're downstairs. We're outside again. Can I? No. Okay, I was about to be like. Anyway. This message adds 5 body points to one of the characters. We're not going to tell you which one. Okay, I'm hoping it's Ellie. Looks like this sector has mechanical monsters running around too. They even spit fire. I can't imagine that's up to code. Still pales in comparison to society's archaisms, but as for who's responsible for them? Don't look at me. I mean, yeah, the cleaning ones in the B sector were my fault, but not these. I've never even been to this sector before. Your nose is growing. You can tell us the truth. We promise not to get mad, probably. I am telling the truth. I didn't do jack. Wait, I have a question. This place is connected to the foundation of Workers Tower, isn't it? Why didn't we enter from that end instead? Because that entrance was sealed after the terrorist attack, obviously. Control Terminal 4 is right by it, too. If it were still open, I could have gotten there all on my own. Oh, whatever. There's also a direct elevator to the exit near the terminal. Once that's up and running, I won't need you guys to come back here at all. You can at least say thank you. Let's continue onward. I love how Ellie just laughs it off. Wait. Yeah, okay. You open the chest, finding a scrap paper with some writing on it. The pun is terrible. You groan as you close the lid. Not the worst I've heard. Oh goodness, no, we're gonna die. That's a monster chest. Okay, this is sent. You guys get to see it? I'm not gonna do it. I have no need to. There's a switch here. Operate it? Yes. I'm guessing the heat floors will take out your HP. So you could ignore it and just keep going. But it's not advised. Support kill, let's go. I love how in the same dungeon we got Sepith 100 all and Sepith 150 all. Do you have a particular chest voice you read all of these in? No. No, I do not. I should! I should, 100%, but no, I don't, sadly. Oof. Ow. Alright. Lunar Pendulum and Juggler. Assuming Juggler isn't another monster chest. They're not high-level monster chests. So they're not like super fun. Okay, a Lunar Pendulum is up. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. The reason I'm avoiding the robots is because they explode. Oh, that is! Juggler's a monster. It looks like it is a monster chest. Yeah, that's a monster chest. I'm not gonna do that, no. I don't know what Juggler is. Is it a Master Quartz? It is, yeah. Okay, it's whatever. Alright, we're done! Sort of. We still have to obviously go through the events and whatnot at the end of the dungeon. Receive the chest's pom-pom party account info. You know, if this wasn't a troll, that would be amazing. Ah. There it is, Control Terminal 4. Finally, boy am I tired. From what? We were the ones smacking the monsters around, you know. You go easy on him, Randy. He's probably not used to walking as much as we just did. True, Tia and I also had trouble keeping up with the boys when we first started. And Jonah's an even worse shut-in than I was before joining the SSS. All things considered, he was a very brave boy, and I'm proud of him. Ah, cram it. You don't know how lucky you have it at your age. Adults can't get away with living the way you do. Still, every bit of pizza and junk food you bite into is bound to bite you back one of these years. Hey Jonah, if you want, I'd be more than happy to go jogging with you. We can even start off slow. How does once a week sound? Oh, shut up. Just leave me alone. It's too hard to put up with this crap. Let's just get in the terminal room and crank up the AC already. Jonah, look out. That's a big boy. Holy moly! What is this thing? Yeah. It's a precise version of one of those clearing robots from the B sector. No, I don't think this machine is meant for the type of cleaning you're thinking of. Jonah, stay back. Right. Ah! Run away. Beep beep beep. Targets acquired. Accessing network. Hostiles identified as Crossbelt Police Department Special Sports Section. What is this thing? Impossible. Did you just search the orbital network to identify us? Beep beep beep. Danger level 3. That is high enough. That is high enough, I guess. Kill mode engaged. wait, hold up. You guess? It's right. When did these buckets of bolts have opinions? Never mind that. We have to stop it. Yeah. How much HP does this thing have? Riveronis. Okay. Dude, if I had thing, okay, you know what? It's weak to wind. It is somewhat weak to water. Don't use fire. Luckily, Thunder Cyclone. Luckily, I don't have fire on me. Yggdrasil. Aughts. I can't use it! No! Lord, you suck. Fine. Thunder Cyclone. You all suck. Eh? No! Feck. Seal 2, really? That machine. It wasn't anything like the ones that were illegally dumped here. There's a possibility that it was the work of Ouroboros. Its mannerisms resemble the archaism we once encountered outside of Don Marconi's office. That Eastern looking one, right? His heap of scrap Mac did way more advanced than that guy, though. Not to mention, it seemed to be connected to the orbital network. If you think that's a sign of the society's involvement. Who cares? It's not like it's gonna come back and tell you. Now can we please go to the terminal and get some AC going? Besides, I'm Jonas Sacred. Remember the genius of the century? I can dig up the dirt on those guys like it's nothing. I can't tell whether you're fearless or just completely lacking in social graces. Yes. He's got confidence, that much is for sure. Oh, looks like that machine back there got deployed about a month ago. And yeah, it's connected to the network. It says it can do it wirelessly. The admin name on record is Novartis. Novartis, that man in the lab coat? Whoever he is, he clearly holds a lofty position in society. Yeah, something about that nutty old geezer gave me the creeps. The machine we just fought may have been a prototype he unleashed for his own amusement. It would not surprise me, judging by the sort of person he seemed to be. The man did give off a certain mad scientist panache. He's likely a lot more dangerous than meets the eye. Good news is, it looks like that was the only one he set loose. Which means I can hold myself down here as long as I want, worry-free. Man, this is the best. The connection speed is bonkers this close to the tower, and there's barely any restrictions. Hell yeah, long live Control Terminal 4. Someone's happy. I think we just gave the shut-in a one-way ticket into paradise. John, remember that you need to send in a report to Chief Roberts. So if you even think about taking advantage of this. Yeah, listen, I got what I wanted. Mission over, you can go now. Ooh, is this a brand new server? Man, Crossbow's network infrastructure is really starting to shape up. There you go, straight off the deep end. I think it'll be fine. Still, I'm concerned about whatever it is Ouroboros is plotting here. Yeah, let's remember to come check in with Jonah every once in a while. Just as worried about him coping himself up down here as I am about the society getting to him. As you should be. Yeah, Jonah's a smart boy. Pizza! Pizza! Where's the pizza boxes? I need my pizza recipe. Blazing on 1 speeds with crisp, cool air conditioning. Not to mention some refuge from the craptastic real world. Amen! Praise be to Adios, avoiding the real world. Ugh. Show Terminal 4, I think I love you. And now I gotta break you in and redo my settings just the way I like them. Well, there goes the hope of him living a healthy lifestyle. Is it bad that I feel like we enable this? Joe will be fine, most likely. His behavior may be exceedingly disgraceful, but he can take care of himself, more or less. I'll inform Chief Roberts about this later, just in case. Yeah. Does he say anything else? Oh, you're still here? Well, you have hopes to go to? I'm a busy man, guys, so shoot. Unless there's just the urge to be a scolding father. Yeah. Leave that. Oh, that's right. Didn't Jonah mention there being an elevator nearby that goes directly to the exit? Yes, it should be in that direction. This facility is located near the base. This facility is located near the base of Workers Tower. The lift should drop us off directly at the lighthouse in the harbor district. That's a relief. I sure as hell wasn't digging the idea of charging all the way back through the hot zone. Me neither. Especially with how long we've been down here. It should already be evening by now. Oh, you're probably right. Well, should we take the lift back to the city and close the day out? No. Bro, there's like nothing coming up tomorrow. Take the lift back to the city and close the day out. Yeah, let's go. Wait, this is where we came in. We'll have to take the office service. Oh, Lloyd, you are a bore. Looks like the day's over. Yes, all we have left on the itinerary is our team dinner. Right. No, you're not allowed to be sad. You're literally the one who chose to leave us. Everyone, thanks for all you've done for me. I don't know how I can ever repay you. I know we didn't get to be teammates for very long, but I learned a lot. I couldn't be more grateful. Come on, Noel. We're the ones who owe you here. These last 3 months have really flown by, haven't they? Those only 2 in my case. I gotta say, the group ain't gonna be the same without you. You guys, this is hard enough as it is. I mean, there's still so much business we left unfinished. Like the cryptids, the pleroma grass. I'm really sorry to leave you all like this. I wanted to see it through to the end. Noel. Think of it this way, our positions may differ when we wake up tomorrow, but we'll still be working for the good of Crossbow. That should soothe the patriot in you, though it may not sound so sincere coming from me. Was it? Still, I'm holding out hope that you'll come back into our loving arms when all said and done. After all, you are expected to have a bright and promising future, aren't you? You're better off spending it with us instead of whittling your talents away in the CGF, one firefighter after another. One firefight after another. Cheeky to the last, aren't you? Some things never change. Jackassery aside, he ain't totally wrong. Commander wouldn't have endorsed your transfer here if you weren't a good fit. That's right, we'd love to work with you again. You'll always have a home here, Noel. And even if things don't work out that way, we can still meet up as friends on our days off. I anticipate you teaching me the ways of the road someday. You should expect to hear from me the moment I reach the minimum age required. Which is how old exactly? Oh, Theo, I'd love to. Thank you, Noel. Between your driving, your combat skills, and the energy you brought to the team, you've been an invaluable member of the SSS. But above all, your unwavering integrity and candor have been an inspiration for each of us. Lloyd. Even if we're apart for now, we'll always be comrades. So if you ever need help in the CGF, we're only a phone call away. And actually, we'll be counting on you when the going gets rough, just the way we always have. Oh. Of course, I'd be glad to help. How about a hug? So our leader worms his way into yet another fair maiden's heart. Yeah! You can never last even a second without the spotlight, can you? Honestly. Looks like you got your work cut out for you, Ellie. What does this have to do with me? Now, what are you guys whispering about? Oh, wait. It's not like that, I swear. Ooh, he thinks the lady doth protest too much. Yeah? Is that a friendly rivalry I hear brewing? Now she just has to come back. Imagine Lloyd calling her Noe when she returns. Randy, was it? That's enough, you two. Lloyd's just like, what? I love Confused Lloyd. Confused Lloyd is the best. Hey, Tio, what are they talking about? I managed to pass the detective exam is beyond me. I'll just shut up now. yeah, Lloyd, it's probably for the best. Take a page out of Reen's book. Don't say a word. Except heed my call. Oh, I love Reen summoning Valimore. It's the best. That evening, Lloyd and the others held a farewell party for Noel at the restaurant Central Square. Sergei, Kia, and even Zyke came by to attend. As they enjoyed their meals and drinks, the bittersweet night rolled along. Then the next morning, Noel packed her bags and left the SSS building. No! No. Man, what time is it? Wait, it's already morning? I'm starving. What time that pizzeria open again? Actually, I think they just started taking orders from the Orbital Net. I think I'll check up on that. Huh? What the? Who left all this garbage in the memory? No, wait. What even is this? A data structure, but this isn't just any old data in here. Eh? What the hell? Gasp. 2 days later. The referendum to gauge the cross-bound public sentiment towards the state was held. State independence was held. That very same day, the results were announced. And after 1 week had come and gone, Crossbow was locked on a collision course with destiny. Yeah. Oh no! Newsflash. Crossbow declares independence. Preface. The state election board has announced that over 90% of eligible voters submitted ballot in the referendum, of which 70 were cast in favor of independence. This high voter turnout can be attributed to the anguish inflicted by the raid on Crossbow City. Many voters suspect that the attacks may have been perpetrated by the Empire or Republic. As such, these results could be a reflection of the average Crossbellian frustration with the status quo. The referendum was designed to gauge the opinion of the average Crossbellian. After the ballots were counted, however, something exceptional occurred. In spite of the Monitions of many Diet members, Mayor Croy chose to disregard them all and declare independence unilaterally. This unprecedented move will doubtlessly have major ramifications on Crossbell's relations with its surrounding countries. In light of this development, we would like to stress that our publication is committed to reporting information as accurately as is within our capabilities. Dieter Croy declares independence. Reading is hard, chat. At a press conference yesterday, Mayor Croy declared independence on behalf of Crossbell citizenry. In what he termed an official international proclamation, the mayor moved that the land be known as the independent state of Crossbell thereafter. Mayor Croy then outlined his upcoming reforms aimed at cementing Crossbell as an independent nation. First, the creation of a state constitution. Next, the abolition of the state's subservient relationship with Erebony and Calvard, including a repeal of the 10% revenue tax collected by these nations. Finally, the formation of the Crossbell Defense Force. This organization will unify the police and CGF, assuming the respective responsibilities of keeping the peace and maintaining national security. Following these announcements, Mayor Croy said that the state government, soon to be the independent state government, would be enacting these changes within the next month. As for the declaration itself, even those well-versed in politics were taken off guard by the move, calling it an unusually swift development. Apparently, the mayor went against the cautious advice of Speaker McDowell in pursuit of this decision. Maybe some time before all facets of this unprecedented declaration are elucidated. The reaction abroad. Both the Imperial and Republican governments, the current suzerains of Crossbell, issued statements on the day of the declaration, rejecting the bid for independence. The land of Crossbell is a historical basis as part of the Republic's territory. The Republican administrator proclaimed, rebuking the declaration as a matter of course. Queen Alicia II of Liberal weighed in, saying that while the will of the populace should be respected, the declaration of independence itself was greatly premature. The Principality of Remferio has requested confirmation of the situation and is expected to issue a similar statement. Meanwhile, the holy city of Arteria has opted against any formal statements. A nation is not made in a single day, said a bewildered PR staffer within Crossbell City. Despite the widespread uproar caused by the sudden announcement, many citizens are welcoming the change with open arms. Others aren't quite so eager. I thought the referendum was just to gauge interest, one resident tells us. That was the only reason I voted in favor. The prevailing theme throughout this entire story is the ubiquitous confusion felt by everyone involved. That said, if Crossbell just truly is set on independence, then this may only be the beginning of the troubles our fair state will face. What? Mayor Croy, breaking news. Mayor Croy declares asset freeze. Urgent press conference. Today, Mayor Croy held an emergency press conference at Oakers Tower and announced that all foreign assets held by the IBC would be frozen. This policy would remain in place until Crossbell's independence is acknowledged internationally. Oh, that's a bold move. His sudden declaration seems to indicate that the mayor, who also happens to be the IBC CEO, is willing to exert his influence on foreign economies despite lacking the domestic authority to do so. Due to the sudden nature of Croy's press conference, further details remain unknown. Before funds were seized, the IBC managed the majority of the continent's financial assets. The sudden withholding of said assets has caused markets across Zemuria to plummet, with some reports describing mass pandemonium in the Republican Stock Exchange. We reached out to experts for comment. Already the impact on the international economy has been immense, explained one economist. It's difficult to tell how things will progress. A diplomat had this to say. We want to be certain we understand the full extent of this freeze before taking further action. Urgent bulletin. The major powers ultimatum. According to a new report, both Erebony and Calvert have held press conferences regarding the financial crisis. The Republican government demands that Crossbell State and the IBC revoke the asset freeze immediately. Failure to do so will be met with force, stated the Calvardian press secretary. Our sources claim that the Imperial government has already begun mobilizing its army as well. It's possible these press conferences are meant to serve as an ultimatum. We will follow up on this story as we receive communications. Yeah, Erebonia takes Crossbell to heal for the not for this, but just in general. Things have gotten pretty serious. Yes, I wasn't expecting the situation to progress so quickly. Tried contacting Uncle Dieter to ask about it, but I haven't been able to reach him. The same applies to Chief Sergei. He has yet to return after departing for headquarters this morning. Could it be that he's investigating the newly established defense force? Probably so. After all, it came as a total shock. Not just for us, but the top brass too, or so I've been told. What hell's up with that? How could they not have known about it? What about Noel, Muriel, and the rest of them? What are they up to? Fortunately, we're also unable to get in contact with the CGF at the moment. I suspect they have chosen to remain silent due to the sheer volume of calls they are receiving. It's hard to blame them for that. But I doubt Erebony and Calvert will hold their tongue, seeing as all their assets have been frozen. They made it clear that they're prepared to use force. I can only imagine how tense things are at the borders right now. Sorry, Kia, this must seem so scary to you. It's okay, I can tell whatever's going on is serious. I've been wondering though, where's Wazzy? I haven't seen him all morning. Now that you mention it, He said he needed to attend to some minor business. I believe it was moments after the chief departed. Oh. Oh, really? How responsible do you have to be to disappear at a time like this? Is someone at the door? Well, Zeit's not responding, so I wonder who it is. Yes, who is it? Oh, thank goodness you're home. It's me, Cecile. Eh? Cecile? Oh, hi, Cecile. We weren't expecting you. Is everything alright? It's not every day you drop in to see us like this. I apologize for visiting out of the blue. If I may ask, Arios wouldn't happen to have come by here, would he? Arios? No, not at all. Did something happen? Well, the thing is, he came to the hospital late last night and took Shizuku away with him. He even filed the paperwork to have her discharges effective immediately. What? He did? Shizuku. I went to the Bracer Guild to see if I could figure out why. But even Michelle had an answer for me. I thought it might be a long shot, but I decided to come ask all of you just in case. So that's what brought you here. The hell's gotten into him all of a sudden? The fact that it happened late at night makes it all the more dubious. Holy shit! Things are picking up. Oh. Announced the chief. He'd call your Enigma if you needed to reach us. Do you suppose it could have something to do with Arios? Does Michelle not have our Enigma numbers? Yes, the Crossbow Police, Special Support Sec. Oh Lord, thank Adios I got a hold of you. Whoa. Someone must have left the phone on speaker mode. Grace, is that you? Who else has that kind of volume? Grace, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Of course not. Something's wrong, and I mean big time wrong. I had to tell you right away. We just got a bulletin from Orcus Tower. You're not going to believe this. Dita Croya has just been instated as the first president of the independent state of Crossbelt. What? The first president? Uncle Dieter? And you're certain of this? Like hell she is. You trying to pull a fast one on us or something? Listen, I thought it was a joke too at first, but then I took a look at the soldier delivering the news. He was decked out in this fresh white uniform. That's what he told us. He was part of Crossbow's newly formed defense force. Really? A soldier? Wait, you can't mean... Yep, he's probably a CGF guardsman, or he was anyway. Also, don't freak out on me here, okay? But immediately after President Croy took his post, he nominated his Secretary of Defense. And it's Arios McLean. Huh? You mean... Arios? Holy shit! Okay! I was not expecting shit to hit the fan just yet. But I guess that makes sense. We're in the final day of Chapter 4, and there's only fragments and finale left, so... Presidential inauguration is just about to begin. They're broadcasting it via the Orbital Network, so make sure you tune in. Grace, we managed to get permission to cover the speech. Nice. Way to come in clutch, Reigns. Sorry, guys. I've got a featured story waiting for me. Gotta go. Is this really happening? I don't even know anymore. Arios is the Secretary of Defense. Then that makes him the leader of this new defense force. You're shitting me, right? What happened to being a bracer? And what the hell is all this about Dieter becoming president? I cannot say either way, but we should watch his address on the terminal. On it. This is something that needs to be done over fucking voice acting. Good day, my fellow citizens. Today I speak to you as Dieter Croy, the first president of the independent state of Crossbow. I'm sure that many of you are surprised at this sudden announcement. Nevertheless, I ask that you bear with me. For this very moment, an unprecedented threat is advancing upon our fair home of Crossbow. We are being cornered by wicked, malicious forces that aim to strip away our dignity and trample underfoot all that is just. Kind of? As I'm sure all aware, less than a month ago, these forces attempted to sink Crossbow into a pit of despair and sorrow. Of course, the wise citizens of Crossbow already know who it is I'm referring to. I'd like to take this moment to finally incriminate these perpetrators by name. The Imperial Government of Verebonia, this is one of the malevolent forces I refer to. However, they are not the only criminals responsible for our plight. The Republican government of Calvard is just as guilty. They too have been making a mockery of our peace and honor while colluding with a known crime syndicate. Yeah. For far too many years have they treated our crossbow as theirs to control, a vassal subject to the whims of its lieges. No matter what injustices they commit, we are forbidden by law from defending ourselves. Even to this day, they exploit us through obscenely high taxes, siphoning away our prosperity as if it were their own. And yet their transgressions do not end there. We've reached the point to where our very livelihoods are placed in jeopardy. I mean, it's a badass speech so far. It is well known that this land had served as a war zone time and again as these two nations fought for control over us. Many would consider that strife a thing of the past, but that could not be further from the truth. Our state has suffered a number of inexplicable incidents over the last 70 years. They befell us in many forms: sudden explosions with no discernible cause, the mysterious fatal crash of one of our airships. And yet, while they appear to be no more than accidents, deep down all of us knew the truth. These cruel, indiscriminate tragedies that left us with no answers to soothe our mourning, all of them were caused behind closed doors by our enemy's petty struggle for power. However, when put before Adios, we crossbellans are equally as sinful. The sins we carry are those of cowardice and self-deception. To avenge the countless fallen souls victimized by the crimes of times past. To avenge those in the present still nursing their wounds from the raid on our city. And to ensure our children grow up in a glorious future of peace and dignity. We must discard the sins of deception and cowardice and stand valiant and proud. This is ridiculous. Well, he does make a fair point in some respects. Dieter. It is with the intention of leading us to this brighter tomorrow that I've taken office today. Rest assured, this is only a temporary measure to respond to the urgent threats on our horizon. I herefore swear an oath that our next election will be decided by popular vote, once peace is restored within our borders. With that, there's one other man I would like to introduce. He will play a key role in supporting the independent state of Crossbell. All of you here today will surely know him by name. Now, without further ado, I present to you the man who stood his ground with all of his might to defend Orcus Tower during the raid. Dubbed by many as the Divine Blade of Wind, he was formerly an A-rank bracer of the Bracer Guild's Crossbell branch. But now he stands Commander-in-Chief of our newly established Crossbell Defense Force. Ladies and gentlemen, Arius McLean! To reiterate, I am Arius McLean. Some of you may have concerns over one as militarily inexperienced as myself assuming such an important position. However, to compensate, I pledge to give twice the effort I did as a bracer to suppress the dangers lying before us. Both as the bulwark that protects Crossbell, and the blade that will slay anyone who stands in the way of our order and justice. As some of you are aware, Secretary McLean once served the Crossbell Police Department as one of its finest detectives. The most will know him better for the numerous international incidents he has resolved as a member of the Guild. With that in mind, I assure with the utmost authority that he will be the perfect man for this job. Father, I don't understand. Yeah, Shizuku, neither do we. Bearing in mind, there's holes in my knowledge of what happens in Crossbell. Some very big ones at that. Lloyd speaking. It's me. Chief, the inaugural address. Yeah, I saw it too. Right or wrong, the CGF appears to have reassembled into the Crossbell Defense Force. Police is going to be integrated into it as well. That includes all of us. No way. Commander Bells is a part of this too. You saw her up there next to McLean, didn't you? Looks to me like she approved its formation. I don't know what'll happen now, but I'd stay away from Orcus Tower. Those Defense Force soldiers are likely to keep it likely to be keeping it under strict watch. Damn it, understood. I'll call you again. Don't do anything rash. Am I clear? What did the chief say? It was about the Defense Force. I see. Damn it, you telling me Sonia's just going along with this? Considering her position, it could very well be that she had no say in the matter. This would explain why Arius said she's good discharged from the hospital so suddenly. Oh. That makes sense. His new position would have impacted her situation. Safer to keep her away from anyone that opposes the new setup, yeah? It's hard to discount that line of reasoning after what we just learned. It's going to be alright, Kia. I'm sure Aris is doing whatever he can to keep Shizuku safe. Yeah, I know, but still, I'm worried about her. Kia. Sorry, Steel, but can we ask you to man the fort here for a bit? Lloyd? I have no qualms with it, so long as you don't stay out past evening. Are you going somewhere? Yeah. Listen up, team. I think our best course of action is to make our way to the Bracer Guild first and foremost. Yes, that would be wise. That'll present a good opportunity to ask about Arya's circumstances. No kidding, that came way the hell out of left field. I understand. I'll stay here and watch the building with Kia. The situation has gone quite dire, so please be safe out there. Don't do anything too reckless, okay? Yeah, we'll try. Thanks, Cecile. We'll be back as soon as we can. Be a good girl and stay here with Cecile, Kia. Oh. Are we not gonna see the requests? Kia? Kia? Whoa. Kia? What's wrong? I guess things are looking pretty messy, but you don't need to come chasing us down. I know. Everything's going to be alright, Kia. We may not know what the future has in store for Crossbell, but that won't change the fact that we'll always return to your side, Kia. Lloyd. That much is for certain. We always make it home even on the roughest days, don't we? So sit tight, we'll be back before you know it, Kia. L-E-T-O, Randy. Okay, be careful, everyone. Can we go check our... Waz has left the party. We never checked our support requests. I'm sorry, everyone, for running outside like that. I mean, it's okay, Kia. You don't have to apologize. This is an overwhelming situation to be in. It's completely normal to feel anxious. And as your guardians, putting your mind at ease is part of our role. She's right, Kia. You can always talk to us if something's on your mind. Well, they said, we like it when you lean on us for things, you know? Okay, thanks, guys. Be careful. I'll be waiting for you. Thanks for everything, guys. Be careful. I'll be waiting for you. Okay. I had no idea Artist's reason for having shoes could discharge with this serious. It truly was for the sake of her safety, then our hands are tied. Yeah, that's true. On that note, our things over at St. Ursula right now. I was wondering the same thing. Are Ilya and the others from the department alright? The hospital is in a state of confusion, but we're handling the patients as best we can. Fran's been recovering nicely, so we transferred her to the general ward. Inspector Donovan also regained consciousness not too long ago. Ilya has yet to wake up, though. That's unfortunate. Let's keep rooting for her to get back on her feet, then. Agreed. My prayers are with her. Left, but we've place we can't. And really, while you're gone, the situation's gone quite dire, so please be safe out there. Yes. Oh, we should talk to Zai too. Grr is agitated over something. He's probably more alert than usual given everything that's going on. Keep an eye out for Key and Cecile, okay, Zai? Check requests. Geofront C sector monster extermination. A dangerous monster, Divine Delph, has been sighted in the Geofront C sector. We asked the special support section to deal with this threat swiftly. Now we gotta go feed the cat. I don't know if I ever gave it a snow crab. I didn't, like, I don't have a checklist. You give this to me? I'll make sure to put it to good use. All right. There isn't much. There isn't many notable events, so I'll do them as soon as I get back, because I'm going to BRB. I'm back. We're gonna do this. We'll finish this. I'll do fragments tomorrow, and then finale I will split into many episodes. There's like 7 bullet points. Anyway, first things first, we need to go to Orcus Tower. Which is funny because we were told not to go to Orcus Tower. We can't leave the city. Yikes. Look over there. CDF now? Bro, it's been like 2 days. What the hell? The station guys from the CDF in front of the tower, eh? Not just a few of them. This is where Uncle Dieter made his declaration of independence. This increase in security is no surprise. Is that you, Randy? Yo, Carter. I didn't even recognize you there, all decked out in white. So they transfer you here from Bellegarde? Yeah, they had to move some of us from the border gates to guard the president's address. Loggins is patrolling somewhere around here too. Cool. He's one of Randy's colleagues, right? Yes, I believe they were friends during his time with the CGF. Things have been pretty hectic since all of this went down. The guardsmen were all pretty surprised when we were told to put on these new uniforms. I know what you mean. We had no idea this was coming down the pipes either. Looking pretty sleek though, almost like this has all been in the works for a while. Yeah, I'm sure the president has been looking forward to this day. The defense force is hoping to get some equipment upgrades too, so we've got to buckle down and prove we deserve it. Oh, right. Defense force soldiers seem to be in favor of this turn of events. The CGF had always lacked things most armed forces would have. It's only natural for them to welcome these changes from their perspective. But in case you hadn't heard, the defense force is shaking up the structure of command to be more like other armies on the continent. All current ranks are carrying over, but our day-to-day operations are going to be a lot stricter, like a proper military. I know you were pretty lax about using ranks back in the day, but I don't think that would fly now. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I wonder if Muriel will give me an earful for not calling her second lieutenant next to my ear. Not that I already haven't been. I guess some things never change. Is getting under her skin all you can think about? Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about that anymore. What's that supposed to mean? You said ranks are carrying over, so she'd still be a second lieutenant, wouldn't she? That's not what I mean. There's something you should know, Randy. Muriel. Carter! Watch what you say to outsiders. Yes, sir. Sorry, Randy. I'll have to give you the details some other time if you don't find out before then, that is. Not sure what's going on, but my bad. Didn't mean to get you chewed out. All good. Don't worry about it. That reminds me. Isn't the police going to be folded into the defense force, too? We're wearing the same uniform again in the near future. How about that? Oof, that's one more thing to worry about. We should excuse ourselves. Yeah, let's go. Rain can't get here soon enough. Oh, hello everyone. You'd be the special sports section, correct? As I'm sure you've heard by now, the CPD is being restructured into a branch of the Crossville Defense Force. There's currently a meeting taking place on the second floor to outline the system to each of the section chiefs. As you return to your base of operations, remain there until further instructions arrive. Sure. You're still free to move about the first floor, but please refrain from causing a disturbance. If your actions are deemed suspicious, we will not hesitate to take you into custody. Understood. They're being awfully coercive. Yeah, I don't think any of the others down here are fixing to cross them. Men from the Defense Force suddenly stormed in here this morning in order to remain on standby. It's also slightly confusing. I'm still not sure what we should be doing. I suppose all I can really do is wait for the meeting with the higher-ups to conclude. So I can't... We have no access to the second floor. Which is really dumb. That was one heck of a speech. The next is Croy to go from mayor to our very first president. I mentioned all those bold statements he made against Ereboni and Calvert. If they've been feuding in secret within our state, do you suppose the accident back then had something to do with it? Down with Arabonia and Calvert. When was the last time anyone ever stood up for Crossbow like that? Fair to President Croy, our Diet members are all a pack of domesticated dogs. Not wrong. Sure, a few of them were on the more upstanding side. Like Speaker McDowell. We've never had a leader this powerful before. Not only that, but he's appointed Crossbow's very own guardian, Arius McLean, as Secretary of Defense. I can't think of a single person better suited to be at the helm of our... state's protection. Now I'll have nothing to fear. Our defense may not be a pipe dream after all. I'm sure everything will be fine as long as we leave it to Mayor... No, President Croy. Yeah, with him as our leader, we don't have to be afraid of Arabonia or Calvert. Too bad you're all about to become Arabonian. Thank you, President Croy. You're our hero, President Croy. Ugh. 3 cheers for President Croy. Hooray for President Croy. Hooray for independence. Hooray for Crossbow. Hooray for President Croy. Hooray for... This is getting out of control. The CDF don't know what they're supposed to be doing. It's not as though I can't understand how they feel, though. The trouble is bound to follow if they become overly zealous. Well, I'm sure the Defense Force hero will have things under control in no time. Anyway, we should go. Bro, this terrifies me. Like, y'all have no idea. This terrifies me. Oh yeah, I need to replay through the Cold Steel games, as well as this game, Zero, because I want to have them all complete on PC as well. So we might actually get a Let's Play of Cold Steel 1 in full on the channel. Jeez, that's not terrifying at all. There's supposed to be a big monster here. Right before the entrance to the terminal room. Okay, yep. I was right. We're gonna visit Jonah and do this quest real quick. The shackle cords. What's down here? Oh! Wait, I know this place. This is the gate that connects to the base of Workers Tower. Right, we came through here when we chased terrorists to attack the trade conference. Looks like it's been sealed off ever since. Around here's where we split up with Detective Dudley and Arias. And after that... It says Lloyd, but that's... Well, that's a bug. Sorry, everyone. I don't mean to dig up things we'd all rather forget. Don't worry about it. And more importantly, there is an elevator in this direction that leads to the surface. Path to the sector is closed off as well, so let's return to C sector for now. Yeah, good call. Is D sector really closed? In this case, the D sector, let's turn back and use the elevator. And C sector to return to the surface. Okay, so it's rigged. It's rigged to be like old text. I guess you're supposed to go there for that event while Noel is with you. Well, because I didn't. I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, no, it does. I don't think we've seen Cold Gehenna. Wait, no, we would have seen all of them before in Zero. I completely forgot Randy's in our party now. Shackle. Wait, what is Shackle? Oh, it stripped Wazzy of his of all his chords. 422. What does it do? Yeah, we'd lose Shadow Blade at least. We don't lose Galleon Tower, but we lose Shadow Blade for this. Do I have cast 3? I do not. Big sad. Saturn Bell. It's fine. I will redo all of their things. Fixing 2 characters that we know for sure can get their thing back. There's some more recipe attached to the pizza box. Are we supposed to talk to Jonah or just grab his pizza? Visit Jonah. You know what? I'm gonna talk to him. Look. Ah, crud, this is gonna work either. What if I try this gate? I'm not sure if I've ever seen him disengage to the task. What are you doing, Jonah? Oh, it's you. So they come out, so I've been looking into it a little, so figured I'd run an analysis, but I guess I got too into it. This one's a real doozy. Consider yourselves lucky. You got to witness the great genius Jonah Sacred at work. Sure, whatever you say. By the way, Jonah, did you catch the speech earlier? Huh? Oh, you mean about Croy naming himself president or whatever? I mean, yeah, I managed to tune in using the terminal, but honestly, I don't really care about it one way or another. And if you guys are done here, can you beat it already? I'm kind of in the middle of something. Well, you tried. Little dude doesn't care a damn about a thing outside cyberspace as usual. Insolence is one of Jonah's many bad habits. I'll see to it that he receives a thorough chastising for it later. Try to go easy on him. Was bothered him enough for one day. Let's just come back some other time. Okay then, what if we try this? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. Fine, if that's how you want to play it, then we'll go. There you go, speeding down the data superhighway. Let's try bothering him some other time. Okay, so it's the same thing. Gotta make sure. Anyway, and then East Street. East Street for Acacia Apartments and talking to the thing. Bro, I'm about to get boss rushed. It's like, it's fine. Wait, who in Acacia Apartments do I have to talk to? Hold up. Marcy on the 2nd floor. Oh, that's... Well, that sucks. I'm scheduled to leave Crossville today. I didn't have much time to pack. Couldn't fit this book anywhere. Take it if you'd like. But government issued me an order back in the state. I plan to leave via train later today. Crossville Station will be congested beyond belief, so I'd better hurry. I was leaving Crossville like this, but my family comes first, so I'm returning to the Empire. This is going to be congested beyond belief. I'd better hurry and board a train. So he's from the Empire. But now everyone in Calvert must be thoroughly provoked. I can only imagine the danger Crossbow might face soon. But no matter what happens, I'll protect my family with my life. Mr. Marcy is leaving Crossville today. I'm going to miss him. No wishes for Crossbow to be a peaceful place again. As long as my family is safe, that's all I could ever ask for. Pardon us. Sorry for interrupting. Well, look who the cat dragged in. Oh, hey there, SSS. Sheesh, if you guys clenched any harder, you'd snap yourselves in two. Normally I tell you to mind your own damn business, but there's no denying it today. Why would Arios just up and leave us? I'm still in shock. Never once did I suspect he'd do something like this. Suppose the only real hit was that he'd been visiting Orcus Tower more frequently lately. Right, I thought he was just going there to discuss the guild's game plans for the future. Instead he was off, rubbing elbows and shaking hands with his employer-to-be. Actually, that's what we came here to talk about. Is Arios still considered a member of the guild? No, he suddenly handed in his resignation last night, along with his bracer badge. Typical Arios fashion, he finished up all of his requests just prior, even included an outline of how the guild should proceed going forward. As prepared as ever. Arios did always seem to be a methodical man. Still, his resigning without notice is more than just a minor convenience for us. What's more, he's been instated as the state's Secretary of Defense, the Commander-in-Chief of the newly formed Crossbelt Defense Force. It terrifies me to think of what Airborne's response to this will be, especially considering the message the government sent them by freezing their international assets. Right, Calvert's reaction will be no less frightening, you can be sure of that. Still, it's not like I don't understand the way Arios feels about all of this. Scott? What's that supposed to mean? Well, Crossbellan blood runs through my veins just like his. Those inexplicable incidents mentioned in the address used to happen several times a year. That much is for a fact. I don't know what the truth is, but deep down, every citizen in the state suspects the Empire of the Republic is behind them. Well, to be fair, there haven't been any accidents like that in some time. I think the last was 5 years ago. The one Shizuka and Saya, Arios' wife, were caught up in. Oh, it's personal then. By accident, do you mean the truck explosion from half a decade ago? The prevailing theory is that the orbital engine malfunctioned, igniting flammable cargo on board, but it never did sit right. As a result of the accident, poor Saya lost her life and little Shizuku her sight. So that's how it happened, huh? We have heard small portions of the story already, but the entirety of it is hard to take in. That must be why Arius quit the CPD and took up this supporting gauntlet. I've come to know Arius quite well since he joined the guild. And yet, he never mentioned a word about the incident. It must have been weighing on him all these years. Taking that into account, I can see why he accepted such an important position. Michelle, forgive me for asking, but have you noticed anything suspicious about Arius' schedule up until now? Huh? What do you mean, Lloyd? Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force. A heavy responsibility like that isn't the sort of thing you just agree to on a whim. Wouldn't it make more sense if he had been laying the groundwork with Mayor, or rather President Croy, this entire time? This could go back further than we realized. The last few weeks, maybe even more. Michelle? That sigh, are you saying is right? It's true that there were occasional conflicts of location in his reports. I figured they were just human error, considering the absurd number of requests he was handling. But now that I think about it, he isn't the time to make those kinds of mistakes so carelessly. So each of those times he was actually meeting with President Croy. That's a pretty safe assumption at this point. Honestly, Lloyd, your detective skills are so on the nose, it's almost scary. But thanks, though I'm sorry if I'm putting Arius in a bad light here. But while I'm at it, I may as well ask you another point-blank question. It's about the discrepancies between Arius' schedule and the locations he reported. Do you remember any instances of that from more than half a year ago? Why that far back specifically? Wouldn't that be even earlier than when Mr. Croy became mayor? Well, I doubt my memory is that good, but... Oh, you know, there was this one time. When exactly? It was the final day of the anniversary festival. Supposed to travel around Ferry on official guild business, but he suddenly cancelled at the last second and didn't even bother to notify us. Really? I pressed him on the issue once I finally caught wind of it, but all he told me was that he'd been too busy to make a report. What he asked though, do you think it could be related? I don't know about that. The anniversary festival is probably the busiest time of year for us. It'd be perfectly understandable to overlook a single report. The last day of the anniversary festival. That was the day of the auction. You think the two are connected? I don't know yet, but my gut is telling me they are. We've been so busy that we've let too many fine details pass us by. Sorry I have to take this. Crossville Police Department Special Support Sec. Don't you mean Crossville Defense Force Special Support Section? Is this who I think it is? Who could the mystery man on the phone possibly be? You guessed right, and you could win yourself our grand prize. A shiny, brand new. I've had enough of your pointless shenanigans. What are you doing back in Crossbow? Oh, don't be like that. I thought we were pals. I know things have been going off the rails, but you can spare some time to chat in person, can't you? Sure, it will be worth your while. Fine, where do you want to meet? How about Crimson & Co., aka the former Revash compound? Let's rendezvous at the Dawn's old office. In the basement then. Got it. See you there, buddy. Was that Sal? Has he come out of hiding? He did contact us last time after Randy went missing. Wait, seriously? It wasn't him. It was Captain Arundel of the Imperial Army. What? Him again? You're right, ask what he's doing coming back to Crossbow. Nothing good, that's for sure. He's got balls showing his face around here again. He said he wanted to speak with us at the old Revash compound. Given his ties to the reconciliation, we can't be too careful. Still, I think it's our best interest. It's in our best interest to hear him out. Guess so. The risk is worth it. I do think we should fully prepare ourselves before going, though. You kids never slow down, do you? It sounds like you have a real piece of work on your hands. Lecter Arndell of the Intelligence Division. From what I hear, he's a thorn in just about everyone's side. Sides. You can always call us if you end up needing backup. Lynn's right. We still have a debt to repay from the wetlands. We appreciate it. Be sure to get in touch if it comes to that. Bro, I'm fucking dying. No, I don't want to ride the cart. I want to rat. Fuck me! There we go. Oh, there's actually like a big story event type thing. Bro, I hate this. Anyway. Okay. I'm about to go in and buy a ton of stuff for thing. Where's the recipe list? We're prepping our pizza. We need tomatoes, flour. I could just buy this. But I only get like 30. No, 9. Oh, we'd have to make it the worst version. Oof. Anyway. We need 3 each, sorry. Anyway, let's just make the 8. We have enough for 8. The cracked pepper needs 1. We have 9. Let's buy 1 more. Milk, flour, and sharp cheese. We already have enough sharp cheese. We need 20. King potato. Acerbic tomatoes. We need 20 of these, so 19. Okay. Now, Dudley is poor. Okay, yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it. Our max is, our best bet is just going with Lloyd. Okay. We only have enough for 6, actually. Oh, 5? Yikes. Even worse. We got a peculiar. Wait, how? That's actually based. Anyway. We got some CP foods. This is so tempting. If it was like half this, I would buy a bunch. I should be able to sell these two as well. I don't want to just yet, though. I don't want to touch their stuff because in theory it'll reset, it'll go back to them. It's not going to, but that's the theory. Anyway, we got one more inside scoop. Mr. Nielsen. Is that you, Lloyd? This grave belongs to Lloyd's older brother. You were here to visit him, weren't you? That's right. And there's something I wanted to speak with the guy about. You wanted to talk to my brother? Yes, I wish to tell him about the raid, Declaration of Independence, and President Croy's speech. The people of Crossborough are all facing a singular direction, irrespective of their own personal emotions. It's for that reason that I'm opting to go against the grain and ponder the darkness of the past instead. Darkness of the past, you mean? Yes, I do. I'm referring to the murder of your older brother, Detective Guy Bannings. I beg your pardon? The guy's death. Where's this coming from? And why now? Or are you saying there's never been a more perfect time? What exactly is it that you know, Mr. Nielsen? Lloyd, Special Sports Section. If you didn't mind, I'd like for us to head elsewhere so we can review that case together. How does that sound? Alright, if you're willing to, then so are we. Thank you for your cooperation. It just happens that I have the perfect place in mind. Let's make our way back to the city. Out of curiosity, Mr. Nielsen, why come to Garant specifically? 3 years ago, Guy and I agreed to meet here for another one of our friendly exchanges of information. Shortly before that meeting, when I learned of his death. Oh, that explains it. Secret behind the cult incident, the arrest of Imperial and Republican faction diet members, the election of a new mayor, the inaugural meeting of the West Zumeria Trade Conference, the raid on Crossbell City, and now the declaration of Crossbellian independence. While each of these events may appear isolated on the surface, in truth, they are closely intertwined. In other words, they are all pieces of a much larger puzzle. A larger puzzle, really? Yes, were one to unpack the bigger picture behind them, the rest of the pieces would surely fall into place. Doing so should shed new light on the murder of Guy Bannings. That is why I proposed this case review. I understand, however, if you'd rather spare yourself the heartache, Lloyd. No, I'm alright. Lloyd. Are you certain of that? Don't forget, time ain't exactly on our side today. We should get this show on the road. And it's perfectly fine with me. Let us begin then. First and foremost, we should examine the conditions under which Guy's body was discovered. It was a rainy day 3 years ago at Orcus Tower's construction site. Time of death was estimated to be just past dawn, though the body was not discovered until later that night. As for the cause of death, it was hemorrhagic shock. A bullet from an orbital gun pierced him from behind straight through the heart. Does all of that sound correct? Yes, that's right. He was shot in the back. Damn, what the hell? That is sus as fuck, yeah. Now let us reconstruct the scene of the crime at the time his body was found. So again, there were signs of a fierce struggle throughout the area. However, the only physical evidence left behind was Guy's body itself. Not only was his favorite pair of tonfas absent from the locus delicti, but the CPD badge that he so proudly wore on his chest was missing as well. You can understand that this badge was recently recovered. Is it true that it was taken by a member of the organized crime syndicate known as Revash? Yes, we found it in Marconi's office and he later confirmed it. The mafioso in question even confessed to lifting the badge off of his body after the cult incident was resolved. I see. However, that was, as you said, after the fact. As far as eyewitnesses go, there were none. At the time, the construction work had been suspended and no staff were present at the site. Time of day and environmental factors were also unfavorable. It was the break of dawn in the midst of a blustery thunderstorm. Because of that, there was no reason for anyone to approach the scene, much less witness the actual murder. To make matters worse, Guy never informed anyone of where he was heading prior to the incident. That is where my trail goes cold. What you just heard is the entirety of what I've managed to gather these past 3 years. That is, unless you have anything to add, Lloyd. No, I don't think so. You covered everything I knew too. Studiousn's penchant for gathering information never ceased to amaze. Yes, though in this case, it would seem Guy was not just a source to him, but a dear friend as well. Let me explain why he has such a vested interest in a cold case like this. Very well, why don't we move on to the case review then? If we're to unravel this mystery, we must first carefully consider our potential culprits. The obvious place to start would be to go over the most likely suspect, namely Revash and the D, therefore G cult. Do you believe that either of them might be the perpetrator, Lloyd? No, it couldn't have been either of them. As far as the Mafia goes, Marconi denied that he and his men were responsible. Of course, his word only means so much on its own. But Joachim told us that although he arranged for Revash to kill my brother, they failed. Garcia Rosie admitted it to him when Marconi tried to take credit. There's also no evidence that any of their subordinates went behind their backs to carry out a hit. Not only that, but Guy was also already investigating both the Mafia and Joachim. His defenses were up. He would have never put himself in a position where either of them could make an attempt on his life. I just can't fathom that being the case. Gotta agree, Chancellor Slim. Everything we've come to learn about the dude says he wasn't just ballsy, he was a damn good detective too. And that he was. I could never believe for a second that he died fighting the Mafia or the cult. I feel just the same way myself. The elements of this case would appear to point elsewhere. Theory may have held water prior to the cult incident, but at this point we could safely rule out both Revash and the cult. So let's move down the list. Could he have been assassinated on behalf of one of the two major powers? Ho 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 ho! By a direct member from the Imperial Republican faction, say, or one of the government officials they align with. Perhaps a foreign intelligence officer. I think it possible that Guy's killer might fit into any of those categories. It's not very likely. No, I think that's pretty unlikely. It's true there have always been corrupt officials within Crossbow with ties to the two major powers. It's also true that my brother was quick to push against the injustices they committed. Plus, we can now say for certain that spies from both countries were making frequent visits to Crossbow around that time. But as much as I believed in my brother, he was in no real position to touch them. They couldn't have viewed him as a serious threat. Unfortunately, you're probably right. As much as I hate to admit it, either nation could apply tremendous pressure on the CPD through the state government if they really wanted to. Especially under the old administration when Guy was alive. It would have been far too easy. Yeah, it just doesn't fit. Why go to the effort of luring out and killing one single detective when bureaucratic red tape is effective enough as is? High risk, low reward maneuver like that just wouldn't have been worth it, no matter how much of a thorn in their side he was. Let's just say, and I'm just talking hypotheticals here, that Lloyd's bro was in contact with one of those guys. So he wouldn't walk into an obvious trap. It's the same deal as the Mafia. I concur. Pressively deduced, I have nothing more to say on the subject. With that, let's move on to our final possibilities. Out of a sizable pool of potential suspects, you've eliminated every one of them so far. Tell me then, who else do you suppose could fit the profile of Guy's killer? Well, yes. A personal acquaintance, okay. The guy was still wary of them, no doubt, but it had to have been someone he knew well. That's the only answer that fits. Huh? You serious? And what brings you to that conclusion? Well, first of all, Guy never revealed to anyone where he was going beforehand. That leads me to believe that he was confident in his ability to handle the situation alone. The only reason he would feel that way is if he were meeting someone he knew personally. That's true. Well, the guy was asked to go there, or whether the meeting was his idea is impossible to say. But consider where they met, an empty construction site. Clearly, whatever they planned to discuss was important. They didn't want anybody to hear what they were talking about. It's possible the conversation went sideways, that it broke down to the point of no return. Maybe that's why the killer took his life. What conversation would that be? Honestly, I don't have the slightest clue. Whatever it was, it cost him his life, and that means it was grave enough to silence him over. I don't use this word lightly, but it might have been linked to a deep conspiracy of some kind. A conspiracy? When we began this review, you said that unpacking the bigger picture could shed new light on the case. At that moment, I felt like something clicked way in the back of my mind. Did you now? I can't get past the idea that my brother was closing in on some kind of secret plot. Plot concocted by somebody connected to the DG cult, the Mafia, the Empire, and the Republic, yet also separate from them. Whoever it was, they couldn't allow Guy to interfere, and chances are, that conspiracy is still alive and well to this day. Doesn't that sound like the most logical explanation? That sounds like Ouroboros, though. But Ouroboros are also not the type to just kill indiscriminately. And Ouroboros tend to be very showy. Connected yet also separate. And say this conspiracy is still ongoing. It's hard to draw any other conclusion. The killer is still at large after all. That fact alone is enough to tell me that whatever they killed Guy over is a long ways from settled. Do we ever find out who kills him? Mr. Nielsen. Sorry, is that too far-fetched? No, not at all. I think your reasoning is perfectly sound. Let me ask you this, Lloyd. As we were reviewing this case, did any particular suspect come to mind? One who could, in theory, have called Guy out to the construction site, murdered him 3 years ago. No, unfortunately not. To his credit, Guy was popular. Even if we narrowed it down to those he knew personally, that's still a lot of people. There are also 2 other key details. His back was turned when it happened, and his talent funds were removed from the scene afterward. Select that both of those factors are vital to figuring out what really happened that day. Again, if that evidence alone was enough to identify the killer, the First Division would have solved this case 3 years ago. It's a fair assessment. Unfortunately, not every clue has been revealed, and so the culprit cannot yet be identified. However, I do think one thing has made itself very clear. The only person who can uncover those final missing pieces and solve this puzzle is you, Lloyd. Mr. Nielsen. Right, and I tend to do just that. I'm glad to hear it. It's strange, I suddenly feel as though I've made good on my promise to share and tell with Guy here 3 years ago. I owe all my deepest gratitude for indulging me with this review session. Not at all, if anything, we should be the ones thanking you for this. You're too kind. Now, if you excuse me, I greatly anticipate hearing about your future exploits, SSS. And there's my throat. Ah. I got the sense that Mr. Nielsen was hoping to help us more than the other way around. You might be onto something, Theo. Keeping his promise to my brother may have been his real goal. I'm glad we took the time to speak with him. I can't help but agree. You said it. Now come on, let's get cracking. All that hashing out's got me fired up. Yeah, next stop, the Don's room in the old rehash building. It's time to see what information we can drag out of Lecter. Unfortunately, that's gonna wait till tomorrow because my throat hurts again. What is it with my throat and hurting all the time? I have no idea. But that's gonna be it for today's